Hello, welcome back for another video. So this one we're going to take a look at my, 80s thrash and some metal, CDs, some 90s, rock, hard rock. This will pretty much be a reshoot of the video or two I did on this very subject, I believe a year or two ago, maybe even 3 years ago now. So let's get started with it. Starting off with Nirvana's Bleach. This is the 20th anniversary edition, put out in 2009. It comes with a pretty cool booklet, color photos, stuff that was not included with the original release. The original photo here, where it was taken. That's the negative, I guess. Photos of the band playing live back then. I think this might have been their very first show. I don't know. That photo anyways. But yeah, you get, the original album, this cool booklet, entire live show, and all these photos are of the era, taken around the time this came out. And the band only paid $600 to have the album recorded, and it just took off. I think there's the master tape for it, reel 1 of 2, one of the reels, the tape box, reel 2, and the other tape box. Pretty cool to see that stuff. I think they realized the blue single, which goes for a lot of money, the record, I don't know what the CD goes for, probably not very much, but yeah, pretty cool photos. This photo's actually in a book. It's on the cover of the book too. Thought about getting that at one point, but there's the track listing. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I don't want to. We'll shove that back in there. Oh. See, then you get a live show February 9th in 1990 at Pine Street Theater in Portland, Oregon. I thought it was at Pine something. But anyways, yeah. That's worth getting. I used to have the original album, but it wasn't an original copy. I forget what it was called, but it had all the original album tracks, the original mastering. But I now have the original mastering on vinyl. So here we have Motley Crue, Decade of Decadence, best of 1981 to 1991. Some of these tracks have been remixed in this collection. Sounds excellent though for an older best of. I was gonna get their one they put out like 20 years ago, but decided not to. Has all their hits here. Sorry about the glare. Put it on Elektra. Just all their hits. Motley Crue was friends with some of the Guns N' Roses guys, I know that much, and even, I think Megadeth as well. Maybe even Alice in Chains. Yeah, they are. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. This is an original CD copy. I don't have the remaster of this one. I do have some of their other stuff, and I'll show that soon. Once we get into the 90s stuff, I'm going to do this kind of in the best order that I possibly can. And there's one surprise in here too. So yeah, you just get original album here. Sounds great. It's the one to get. I just happened to get it, on a whim. Didn't even know it was an original until much later, after the fact. There's a Megadeth piece sales, but who's buying? Original copy. Back then I was purchasing a lot of this stuff at half price books. You'll see those stickers on some of this stuff. Yeah, original CD copy sounds pretty good. I mean, mixed by Randy Burns. I have an original record, which sounds better, in my opinion. Another original CD copy of Killing Is My Business. Sounds great. I don't have the newest remaster of it, and that sounds really good. I believe it actually It might be a new remix as well, but that sounds fantastic over the 2002 copy. Here is, you know, Peace Sells, but it's the 25th anniversary edition. Comes with a live audio disc. And then that comes out, and you can see a old picture of the band playing there. That has been photoshopped, obviously. There's pictures and stuff in here, and I've showed all this before, but so to avoid from making this a long-winded video, I'm not going to show that. There's that. The 2002 remix and remaster of Peace Sells. It sounds okay. I don't have the disc in there. But you have, you know, unreleased bonus tracks, which are Randy Burns' original mixes of some of these songs, and the rest of them are on the Peace Sells big box set, which goes for crazy money now. I'm not going to really talk much about that, but So Far, So Good, So What by Megadeth. This is the remix and remastered version. I kept this because it has the Paul Annie mixes on here, which sound great and raw. So yeah, you know, I don't like the how these sound like the original album. So I have that original album on CD, and I'll put that in a part 2 of this. I couldn't pull everything together because I'd be tearing this room really just a quarter of the way apart, and I don't want to put everything back together, you know, in its right place and everything. So I mean, I'm gonna have to do it now, but you know, I have to do it even more so then. Is there any more 80's stuff? Well, here's, you know, I will save the surprise for last. What about any more 80's? Yes. We have 2 copies of it, actually. And the color, it only differs slightly. Death Leprosy CD. I have 2 copies of it. Possibly, you know, the same pressing from the same country, even. Yeah, it's, you know, 80's metal. Almost death metal, really. I mean, but it's stuff I can understand. Great artwork here, love it. Yeah, there's a few surprises in here. So, sticking with early 90's anyways, we'll go over to Megadeth's Rest in Peace CD. This is original mastering. I don't know if it's an original from 1990, but yeah, sounds great. The remix I like, and then the demos for this album are on there too, which those are hard to find. And I did have the remastered edition of this for a short time. Kind of wish I held on to it. Yeah, you get original album tracks here, great stuff. Really love it. User Illusion 1. Yeah, this is, I believe, an original copy. Sounds pretty good. And I do have the remaster of this and User Illusion 2 that came out here recently. And I've shown those in a recent pickups video, so I'm not going to go over those again. These are really strictly, well, I'm not going to say that because I already showed those remasters. But yeah, I don't feel like pulling those out. But yeah, those are worth it. You know, I wonder if they'll re-release the Spaghetti Incident. I used to have a leaflet, or the card for that comes with the cassette. My friend gave it to me years ago, but I threw it out. Had no use for it, really. Another original Megadeth CD here. I think I had to replace the CD case on this one. But Countdown to Extinction. I think I actually had another copy that said to get rid of it. It was just all scratched up. Just got rid of it, I mean, and got this instead. Much everything was just in much better condition here. Less age on the, you know, booklet and the backing. Yeah, classic album here, great stuff. I mean, a lot of these songs are still popular today. All of Megadeth's classic catalog still sells very well. Still sticking with 90s, Sublime's 40 Ounces to Freedom. Like I said, I'll do a part 2 of this. I didn't want to pull everything out and make this a super long video, but yeah, this is just the most recent MCA CD copy. Doesn't sound the best, but it's listenable. You know, a bunch of good hit songs here. Some are really short. I wanted to get an original 1992 copy CD of this, but on CD, but like everything else these days, 90s stuff is just through the roof. Original 90s stuff. Sublime, Robin the Hood. This one I haven't even opened. Pretty interesting back picture there. Yeah, just more great Sublime stuff, songs. So now we're gonna go a little bit later into the 90s here. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, we're gonna go a little bit later and dip into the 2000s eventually. Oh, I totally forgot about this, but Tool's Undertow CD. I don't think this is an original. I mean, it still has the cow licking its own anus on the back of it. But yeah, I tried to get an original of it, but I don't know, 7 years ago, but that didn't work out. So yeah, here's what I believe is an original Tool's Enema, because of the cover. I mean, a dead giveaway would be that it has the website in here, which it on the back of it, which it does not. So I think it's an original 90s copy. I mean, I've been told they still sell the case this way, but I don't think they do. It's just, you know, a static black background with this staticky looking stuff. It doesn't have, you know, this cover. Or I think that's what makes it special is whatever's in the CD case here, or the front of it. One second. So yeah, that's a good one to have, and I wanted to show more of these in this, but like I said, I want to do another video and show some more big staples from the 90s and 2000s. So there's that. Oh, Godsmack's self-titled album from 1998. This is recently issued on vinyl, I think, for the first time, or reissued rather, on 2 discs. I considered getting it, but decided not to. It's actually a anti-theft device here on this one, which is quite interesting. Great CD. Got it much later after a friend introduced me to this band in 1999, I think. And, I remember seeing the music video for Whatever and Keep Away. Maybe even there was a video for Voodoo. I don't know. Kid Rock's Devil Without a Cause. Don't have my original copy of this, but I had to repurchase it. Yeah, classic Kid Rock, Cowboy, and all that. Drinking water here. Alright, yeah, this is going to be a long video. Mudvayne's LD50. There's another CD I bought well after my friend got me into them. I might have got this on Amazon if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, great album. The track listing is on the label of this what looks like promethazine or cough syrup or something. Even some of the names talk about, you know, pharmacy and this, pharmacopoeia and all this kind of stuff. Classic album. I think it just got a vinyl release here recently. If not, then it needs one. That would be cool if it was on like some white vinyl or something. Okay, so we'll separate those. So going back in order, Slipknot's first album, they're self-titled. I believe on, like, you know, when this was packaged on the original album, you'd see Slipknot, you know, on the label up here, the sticky label, that would actually seal up the CD and the packaging more. That way it was harder to steal. But you'd see, you know, the Slipknot typed on the sticker and then a bunch of numbers. That was the title of the actual album, I believe. It could have been these numbers here. I'm not sure what the significance of those numbers are, but this is a Digipack edition, the very first one. Bought this at a Sam Goody with a good former friend of mine. We used to go there all the time, the Sam Goody at a local mall, which sadly the Sam Goody is no longer there. I think they're actually closing all the Sam Goody stores, actually, you know, due to the advent of streaming services and, you know, digital file sharing. I think that still has an effect on the sales, and you know, records are selling more than CDs, so that does hurt shops that specialize in CDs and DVDs. But anyways, you get extra tracks here, some some demos and live tracks, and a different mix of a song, a few and a remix. So open this up, come and play inside, or play Dying. And this folds out to see this photo. I believe was on the Wait and Bleed record, which I should have bought that at my local record shop. They had a copy of it on green vinyl, and for years I saw it, and here recently when I went back to that record shop, it was gone. It had been there for years and years. So lyrics here, more photos, kind of disturbing stuff in a way. Another band photo that's kind of hard to see. You know, these guys came out of Peoria, Iowa. These are subliminal verses. I can't even see where the... This hasn't really been messed with very much, so it's... But yeah, killer CD. I mean, I haven't listened to it much lately. Used to a lot back when I first got it. We'll just do the surprise now. Never mind the Bullocks. I don't know why I sold my other copy of this. I had a brand new copy, and this is the same pressing, more than likely. My late grandfather bought it for me. You know, God rest his soul. He's a great man. Smashing Pumpkins, Pisces, Iscariot. This is just their B-sides and rarities and stuff. My dad actually has a copy of this CD, the original. I don't know why he bought it. I don't know how he ended up with it, but he did. And even he doesn't know how he got it. We were talking about that kind of recently. Here, let's restack some of these. Excuse me. Try not to bump the camera too. Should have shown this earlier, but Soundgarden's Down on the Upside CD. I believe it's an original CD copy. I'm not sure, but it's pretty well loved and used. So there's that. But it works fine. Plays fine. A bunch of good hits on here and some stuff they, you know, made music videos for. Excuse me. I think, yeah, A Perfect Circle, their first album. I believe this is self-titled. No, Mirror de Norms, de Noms. Not sure what that means. It's probably Latin though. Great stuff, you know. Lead singer from Tool sings in this. I don't have the CD in there. A lot of these I don't have the CDs for. They're in a binder. Perfect Circle, 13th Step, and I recently got this on vinyl record. This is one of my favorite Perfect Circles albums. One of them. I don't really like the modern stuff, nor do I really like the modern Tool all that much. Okay, let's bring all this stuff to the forefront. I'm having problems here. This blanket here is very kind of slick in a way. 9 Nails and All That Could Have Been. Original copy. Show the booklet. Just photos, really. I mean, I also have the DVD. Not sure if it's DTS or not, but yep. Funny thing, the shop had 2 of the, you know, and all that could have been DVDs. You know, it was shrink wrapped. So I get it home, unwrap it. Luckily, that shop was just not far from my house at the time. They moved. Since then, you know, got it home, got the shrink wrap off. It's 2 discs, right? There's only 1 disc in there. Took it back, told him, hey, it's only had 1 disc in it. The girl actually sighed, closed her eyes, and just kind of lightly tapped her head on her computer at the cash register, you know, in front of her. I said, oh. So that means she took in that item without it being complete. But date code here is 1207. That's about the time I bought this. Gruesome, they're a heavy metal band in the vein of Death, kind of a tribute band for Death. But Savage Land here, awesome album. Also have it on vinyl, on Swamp Green vinyl. I don't think there's anything behind. No. Love this artwork though. Love it. Ed Repka did that. He did, you know, the artwork for some Megadeth albums. Aerosmith's Oh Yeah Ultimate Hits. 2 discs. This is actually my second copy of this one. The other one I sold thinking, oh, I'm never going to listen to these guys again. This is just in the pile, so I'll just show it. I mean, The Velvet Underground, Andy Warhol. Pretty good album. It's on the Verve label. It's a modern remaster. Napalm, Cruel Tranquility. This one's pretty kind of rare these days. By Steamhammer Records. Yeah, pretty interesting metal album from 87, I think, or 89. Just trying to remember the what it said on the description when I bought it off eBay, or maybe Amazon. Merciless Death, Realm of Terror. A friend got me into these guys. You know, they're a modern band that look like they're from the 80's. But yeah, just carrying on the 80's metal torch. It's a little bit sludgier album than this one. This one's more in the vein of 80's thrash. But it's another Merciless Death album. Evil in the Night. Tried to get it on vinyl, but it was expensive and it's hard to find a copy that wasn't all beat up and stuff. And it's just not an old album. It's from... they don't put the year on these. Maybe 2004 or something? 2005? It would be cool to meet these guys. Maybe my friend did. I thought he said he did. Yeah, cool artwork again by... This is by Ed Repka. Oh. Very cool stuff. That is the... that's it for now for part 1. Come back for part 2 coming soon.